Hi team. In this particular module, we're going to be going over how to use 3uTools. 3uTools is that special program that we use instead of iTunes, and it actually can help us diagnose anything from an error code or why a device is boot looping to also doing customized backups for our customers or in data recovery, um, pushing updates and restoring, plus a lot more. So in this particular case, we have an iPad connected to the program. It's already in DFU mode or recovery mode in this particular case. So the first thing we're going to do is go to Flash. Um, Besides flashing, one of the many things that 3uTools can do for us is give us information on the device, like a verification report, have parts been changed, is this the original battery, etc. And that's some stuff that I'm going to show you after we go ahead and restore this particular model. So the number one thing we always want to make sure we do is we're going to go to Smart Flash at the very top right here. And then you want to make sure you're always using iTunes Flash, always using iTunes Flash. The reason for that is when you hit a flash, Easy Flash only gives you a percentage of where it failed. However, iTunes Flash gives you the error code, just like iTunes would, along with that percentage failed. So you get more information, which can bring us closer to our solution or diagnostic. So back to it. So here we have our iPad. Should be connected. Oops. So we're gonna go Flash. iTunes Flash. Looks like we're gonna have to reconnect this particular iPad. There we go. And it is connected. In this particular case, you want to make sure you download always the latest iOS. This case is 15.6. We already have 15.6 downloaded, so we're going to go ahead and use that. Now, if data is important to the customer, you're always going to click on retain user data. If the customer doesn't care, they just want to flat out restore, you'll go to quick flash mode. So quick flash mode is a restore. Retain user data will be an update. However, as always, they need to know their Apple ID and password at all times. So make sure that you ask your customer whether they have this information or not. Moving on, we are going to go ahead and already selected our IPSW or OS version. In this particular case, I want to retain my user's data. So iTunes Flash, OS, retain user data, or quick flash. Then we're going to click on Flash and we're going to let it do its thing. Alrighty, so at this point, the iPad is actually starting to boot and complete a cycle. We're just going to let it finish loading the OS on the iPad. Alrighty, team. So this iPad has finished restoring, and from what you guys can see, we now have access again to the device. So in this particular case, we ended up restoring this one because the customer did not have the correct passcode, so we went ahead and did a second restore off camera. But this is what I was talking about, a verification report. It tells you it's an iPad 2019, which is an iPad 9, the gigs, the color, it's a charging, battery percentage, what software version it's in, it's activated. It gives you all sorts of details, as you can see. When was it made? How many charge cycles on the iPad? Battery life. So for those of you guys that don't have access to the Apple Diagnostics, which Apple doesn't give it to us for the iPads, it is great to not note down that information. It also gives us a verification report. So as you can see, it tells you what has been changed on this particular iPad. So as we can see, it gives you serial numbers for everything from, the battery serial, camera, front camera, etc. And you see how right here it tells you what has been replaced. In this case, it does look like the Touch ID has been replaced. And it tells you, hey, it may be damaged or replaced. And it gives you a testing score. Um, and that's just so, if you're doing trade-ins or doing a buyback, you know more or less what to give this particular customer for their device. It also gives you other details like device details, like, serial number for, baseband, seller address, all these deets right here. So there's so much that you can do with 3uTools. And also you are able to do backups. You can do a backup and restore, and you can do customized backup when you only do just the pictures or just the messages or, just the contacts. So that can be pretty helpful for those cases where the customer doesn't want everything, they just want certain things. This is the overview of 3uTools. I really hope this comes in handy for you guys. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask us in Discord or go ahead and DM me. And let's just hope that we repair some more gadgets and everything goes well. Have a great day, you guys.